Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Behind me, 2016 Chevy Silverado, we're gonna be replacing the transmission fluid and filter. Now there are two different transmission options. This is the 6L80. Let me show you how you can tell the difference. So the 6L80 will have a traditional transmission dipstick. The 8L90 will not. That will have a check plug attached to the oil pan. So if you have a traditional dipstick, this is the right video. Let's get started. All right, now that we're underneath, the manual does have you remove the exhaust, but if I remember correctly, the last time I did this, I didn't need to, but that's if I remember correctly. If the exhaust does need to come off, then we'll go ahead and do that. But let's try without it first. Another thing to note is that these gaskets are reusable. So if it looks good, go ahead, slap it back on. But if it is damaged in any way, then we'll want to replace that gasket. There is no drain plug, which is kind of a bummer. So we'll take off all the bolts except two and have our catch pan ready. 10 millimeter. All right, we're down to the last two. I left one on this side and then one on the back side. And make sure what you leave are easy to access. So we are going to remove this back one just a little, get our catch pan in position. There we go, starting to drip. Move this front one just a little. There we go. Just let this drip as long as it needs. Get that front a little more. All right, that's it. Now we'll remove this front one the rest of the way. We'll hold the pan. Yeah, that bolt is out. All right, I'm just gonna reposition my catch pan. I had to fiddle with it just a little to make sure, but it does come down without removing the exhaust. It is a tight fit. I'm interrupting the other video real quick. This is a different truck, but I learned this trick later. Because the transmission pan just barely came out, I used a tie-down strap around the exhaust and the cross member, and I squeezed them together. That'll give us just enough clearance, because all we need is about 1/8 more clearance for the exhaust, and our pan will just slip right in so much easier. So that's what I recommend. Get a ratchet strap around the exhaust, around the cross member, tighten it down until you have just a little more space. You'll love it. It'll make your life easier. Back to the original video. So we'll take the pan, we'll slide it back, just enough to get it underneath our cooler lines, and then we'll bring it forward and you'll feel it stop. We're just gonna twist the pan like that, and we're gonna get, there's a little hump right over here, we're gonna get that in front of the exhaust and then just slide it forward nice and easy and out like that. So again, it is a super tight fit. Let's get the rest of this fluid out, but it is doable without removing the exhaust. We're gonna set this aside. Let's remove our filter. For our filter, we just wanna wiggle it out. There will be a big gush of fluid once that seal pops. So just watch out for that. Oh, nope, it didn't. Sweet. But it is coming out of the filter a lot. All right, let me get the new filter and we'll pop it on. All right, we got our new filter. It does come with a new seal. That's up to you if you wanna replace it, depending on how your old seal looks. On our filter, we just wanna lube it up with some good transmission fluid. You can just use some of this stuff off of the transmission. Just get a good lube, and then we'll slide it in. There we go, till it bottoms out. And that's it. Let's go prep our pan. So pan prep is pretty straightforward. We're just gonna dump out all the fluid that's in the bottom, drain as much as you can. That way we don't have to use as many rags. And then we just start wiping. We can wipe the perimeter here where the gasket will go. And it shouldn't take any kind of scraper or abrasive, just a rag. Clean it off really good. We'll get the inside. There's this magnet we'll pull off. Now we want to examine the magnet. A little bit of fuzz is okay. We just don't want big chunks of anything. Clean that off. You don't want any debris. So if you got dust or dirt inside here while taking it off, just want to make sure it's 100% free of dirt. If yours is really dirty, you can use some brake clean or some kind of solvent in here. This looks really good. Grab the gasket. So with the gasket, they are reusable. We just want to examine it. Just gonna wipe it off real good. There's little channels. You just want to make sure that those protrude really good. They're not too flat, because that's what's gonna squish and create a seal. You also want to make sure there's no nicks or tears when we were removing it. We're just gonna clean it off really well. Get any dirt and grit. All right, that's it. I'll just do one final little touch up, then we'll go back under and install it. We also want to prep this surface. We're just gonna wipe it off real good, just like we did the pan. Just gonna get where the gasket seats nice and clean. Got our pan. I don't think I mentioned this in the last clip. We want to make sure we put our magnet back. We're going to slide this up, get one side over. We're going to kind of go in at an angle. Just trying to get over that one spot. Okay, we're back in. Now we'll position our gasket back. All right, that's it. Put it up over our cooler lines. There, perfect. And we just also want to make sure there's two little studs on our gasket that go in a hole. One in the pan and then one in the transmission. So we have that in the front and the same thing happens in the back. So just make sure they're in their holes like they're supposed to be. Now we can feed a bolt in, get it started. Feed one in the back. And that's it, pan is back up. Just gonna wipe the exhaust off so I don't get any transmission fluid on me. Let's finish putting the bolts in. Now we'll suck these down just snug at first. Torque spec I have is 89 inch-pounds. We'll start in the middle and kind of do a crisscross pattern. We'll just give everything one last wipe down. What's up, buddy? Kind of in the shot there. Thank you. Now anything left on the exhaust, you can use a little bit of brake clean to wipe it off. The little bit that's on here, it'll just burn off pretty quickly. Now we're ready to fill it up. I'll fill it up like any old transmission. We'll put our funnel in. According to the manual, it is 6 quarts after a filter service. I might actually just do 5 quarts because this doesn't have a drain plug. If we overfilled it, it'll be a pain getting some of this fluid back out. All right, there's one. And that is 6. So I just went ahead and went with the full amount. So hopefully the manual is correct. And I'll pull this out. Put in our dipstick. Now we'll run through the gears, get the transmission warmed up, and we'll check the fluid level. All right, just got back from a quick test drive. Everything is warmed up. Engine is still running. We'll check the fluid level. Put it in. You gotta find that right bend. And we are nice, right at the top of the hot. So 6 quarts was the perfect amount. And that's it. We'll go underneath, double check for any leaks, and we're all finished. Good job. All right, there you go. That's how you replace the transmission fluid and filter in your Chevy Silverado. All in all, not too bad. There are 2 tips I want to throw your way. I don't know if I mentioned them throughout the video, but the first one is to remove your dipstick, just a little. We don't want it protruding inside the pan. We want it up and out of the way. So just pull your dipstick out. And second is with the pan gasket, because there's just limited room if you're not going to drop your exhaust. We want to get that pan gasket out of the back. So just out of the way of the back of the pan, so you have just that much more clearance to bring the pan up and over the exhaust. Other than that, everything else is pretty straightforward. I'll have links in the description for all the parts and tools used. If you have any questions, comments, post down below. We'll see you on the next one.